Oh, the Braintree, Quincy, and Weymouth Democratic committees are hosting a statewide Democratic Candidates Forum, and this is happening Tuesday, August 23rd, 6 to 8 p.m. at Braintree Town Hall. So we are really happy to chat today with the chair of the Quincy Citywide Democratic Committee, Alicia Gardner, to tell us all about it. Hi, Alicia.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Doing great. Great to see you. It is getting busy in the election department soon.
It sure is.
Tell us, first of all, a little bit about, for folks who might not know, the Quincy Democratic City Committee.
Exactly. We are a committee that is organized by ward. We have 6 wards in the city of Quincy, and there are 35 members that are elected every 4 years on the presidential primary ballot to be a member of the committee. We welcome everyone who would like to help and support our Democratic candidates and causes. We have associate members, so it doesn't mean if you, oh, well, I have to wait 4 years to try to become a member. That is not the case. We have associate membership, and we encourage anyone who's interested in working on behalf of the Democratic Party to reach out. We'd be happy to have you.
Okay, and who is eligible?
Sure. Well, you are eligible to vote by the age of 18, but you can pre-register to vote by the age of 16. And you're put on the pre-registered list at your town hall, should you wish to pre-register. And then they notify you when you turn 18 that you've been moved to the voter list. So if you're 18 or older, but we don't discourage anyone who loves to work in politics, and on behalf of Democrats, we'd encourage anyone that's interested to reach out. We have a wonderful Facebook page, the Quincy Dems, as well as a website, the Quincy Dems, that you can look to for any further information.
Okay, and what kinds of things would they be responsible for doing?
Sure, they're responsible for promoting the principles of the Democratic Party and help to elect Democrats to office. That's state, county, federal, and we are, as you mentioned, right now in the midst of a state election, and we're excited to. It's rapidly approaching. It's about 4 weeks from today. Today's Wednesday. 4 weeks from yesterday is the primary in Massachusetts, and I know we're all in our summer mode. And what we attempt to do, the 3 committees working together, is to get the word out to the general public about this election and to come and meet the candidates, get an opportunity to hear from them directly.
Yeah, I think this is great, especially, we couldn't really do it during the height of the pandemic, at least. So to have in-person events, I think is crucial. And the primaries you mentioned, it's September 6th, this day after Labor Day. So a lot of folks are going to be caught off guard, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we're very deliberate when we plan the date of this event, because we know we're all sort of in a malaise, and me included, in our summer love fest that comes and goes too quickly here. But we felt by the 23rd of August, that's only 2 weeks before the primary, I think people are going to start to realize the summer's ending. We're going to get back into our routines. They're going to be paying attention more. They're going to be seeing more ads from our candidates on the television. And we thought that's a good point in time during the summer to offer this type of forum to the residents of the entire South Shore. Braintree and Weymouth and Quincy are all working together in our communities, but anyone who's interested in a Democratic candidate for statewide office should come. I will tell you that the doors will open at 5:30 and the forum will begin at 6 o'clock. All of the statewide constitutional officers have been invited to attend. There's a total of 13 of them. We really just limited to the statewide offices, not our county elections or our local legislative elections, because 13 is a large number, and we're giving them all an opportunity to speak. What I can inform you of today is we will also be offering this. To your point about COVID, we really do want to try to reach everyone, and those that are not comfortable in being there in attendance. Quincy has graciously agreed to stream this live that evening, along with Braintree Cable. So, and there'll be a YouTube channel streaming live. So people outside of, the Braintree and Quincy residents can watch it via YouTube. We're really trying to reach people and give them the opportunity to hear from our candidates. The candidates do include our governor candidate, who is Maura Healey. My understanding is right now, Maura can't be present, but she'll be sending a video, which will be offered that day. We do have our lieutenant governor candidates all coming. That includes Kim Driscoll, Tammy Covea, and Eric Lesser. They've all confirmed to come. For Attorney General, we have confirmed the presence of Shannon Liss-Rid and Quentin Palfrey. They will be there. We're waiting to hear from Andrea Campbell. And in regards to our Secretary of State candidates, Tanisha Sullivan has confirmed that she'll be attending, and we're waiting to hear from Bill Galvin. And Treasurer Goldberg, she does not have an opponent, neither does Maura Healey. So she's going to send a video as well. Regarding the state auditor's race, unfortunately, we just heard back from Chris Dempsey yesterday. He's now not able to attend, but his opponent, Diana DiZiglio, will be there. So I'm really thrilled that we were able to have as many, because their demands on their time are huge, and with 2 weeks to go, I'm really appreciative that they're taking the time to come to our event.
That is wonderful. Yeah, it's noteworthy that the auditor, Suzanne Bump, is not running for re-election. So there will be a new auditor regardless.
Absolutely.
So how will the night run, Alicia? How will each candidate have a certain amount of time to speak, or how will the actual logistics work?
Sure. We're going to finalize all that next Tuesday at a meeting, but depending on the actual number. So if there's 10 candidates and the event is from 6 to 8, we're going to, we'll say you have 5 to 7 minutes. And the format is going to be a very relaxed format, in the sense that we are there, and it's our responsibility as Democratic committees to introduce these candidates to the general public. That's the point of our committees getting together, to inform the general public of our candidates. And it's going to be very informal, in the sense that we just want to present them to the audience, and they will then tell them why they want to be their next governor or lieutenant governor. And it's as straightforward and as simple as that. They'll be in the room, they'll be talking with the individuals, they'll have plenty of time to be able to, meet the people who come and talk with them individually. Because we're gonna, as I say, the doors open at 5:30, but there'll be people there from 5 o'clock on. So take advantage and come early. And if there's a specific thing you want to speak to a certain candidate about, come, and you'll have that opportunity to do that. And then the formal program will start, as we say, at 6, and we'll give each candidate their opportunity to speak to the audience.
Okay.
And that's how it's a pretty informal way of doing it, but I think it's the best way to get people to get a feel for who these people are, why they want to be your next lieutenant governor or attorney general.
Yeah, I think it's important. It's not a debate, right?
It
It's a
is not a
forum.
debate,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I mean, because for the most part, Joe, as we said, we had our Democratic convention in June, and then the summer comes along. So it's very difficult for these candidates to get people to focus that there's an election coming up. And so that's what we're attempting to help them with, is to offer them this forum to to our party faithful, but to the general public as well, who are
Right.
interested in Democratic candidates.
Okay. Have these three committees ever worked like this together before, Alicia? Do you know?
No, this is the first time. It's been a pleasure working with the chair of Braintree, who is Kathy Tuffy, and the chair of Weymouth. He's new this year. It's Michael Grafton, and his colleague Nina. I apologize, I forgot Nina's last name, but
Millis, Davis Millis. Yeah.
thank you, Davis Millis. And it's been really a pleasure working with all of them. We felt that we worked better together, the three committees, than separately. We also felt that would be more attractive to the candidates, because as we said, their time is so valuable and they have to spread themselves so thin. We felt as if we worked together, that would be attractive to the candidates as well, to have three towns all do the same event. And it, as may have already been mentioned, but it is at the Braintree Town Hall, Cahill Auditorium. And that is a great venue for something like this, with hopefully we have a large crowd, plenty of parking, handicapped access. So we really felt that this works best for all concerned. So we're
Okay.
very excited. It's working well. And we hope as we get into the fall election that the three committees continue to work together. We are getting back to having what we call a coordinated headquarters in Quincy. We're looking for sites as we speak, and we hope that we will work in partnership with Braintree and Weymouth on that as well.
Okay.
So a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on for sure. And also, we should remind folks about the passage of the Voting Rights Act earlier this year. So that makes voting super easy and available, right?
Absolutely. To that point, thank you, Joe, is the ballots, because I checked with our city clerk this morning, for anyone who had requested or filled out, if they hadn't, they went to their local town clerk's website and downloaded a mail-in application form. So I called them this morning to ask when those ballots were being sent out for those people who asked to have their ballots mailed to them. And they actually have already gone out. Those ballots went out on August 2nd. So anybody who requested a mail-in ballot should have received it. If not, check with your local town or city clerk. The in-person early voting begins on August 27th. And it goes right to Friday, September 2nd. So in-person early voting begins just after our event on the 23rd. It begins that 27th. And again, check with your, I know in the city of Quincy that the weekend of the 27th, at Saturday and Sunday, they're going to have early voting at North Quincy High School. The remainder of that week through Friday the 2nd, you can go down to City Hall and do your early voting there. Please go to their website. They have a great information as to their hours for this early voting. And also, what's important, if you want to vote in the primary and you haven't registered to vote yet, the deadline to do so is, again, Saturday, August 27th. the deadline to vote is always 10 days prior to an election. So if you don't get to vote in the primary and you want to in the final, remember, the final is on the final election is on November 8th. And you have up to 10 days prior to that election to register to vote for it, to vote in it. So important things to know if you're interested.
Definitely, yeah. And of course, there's always the absentee ballot, and no excuses needed now with this new law.
Exactly. If I can also, while we're at it, when you talked about voting rights, we're having what we call Quincy Dems After Dark, and it's a wonderful Zoom meeting, and you should go to our website or our Facebook page to learn more about it, because this Quincy After Dark program is all about voters' rights, and it's going to be a Zoom meeting. And if you want to learn more about that act and our voters' rights in this country, which seemed lately to be in serious peril at times, I think you're going to find this a very interesting conversation with our two guest people who have been very active. They're full of knowledge and worked very hard on seeing the passage of that legislation. So it should be an interesting evening.
Okay, and there's you're aware, a local group right here in Quincy, Quincy Votes, that's really advocating to increase turnout during elections.
It is very exciting to see that. Absolutely, they're doing a great job.
Anything else we should let folks know about right now, Alicia?
We really would love to see you come and meet these people. Again, it's a Tuesday evening, August 23rd. Doors open at 5:30, begins at 6 p.m. Ironically, I can't be there.
Oh.
So I'm a little frustrated. So I talk the talk, but if you don't see me walking the walk, it's because 2 days before that, I bought 12 tickets to the Red Sox game that night.
Oh.
So I am obligated to do that. So, but we're all working really hard to make this a successful event for everyone, the candidates as well as the participants, to find it worthwhile.
I'm sure you'll be promoting Quincy Dems wherever you are.
You bet. Yeah, you bet. I've been a lifelong member of the Democratic Party, have been a proud member of this committee since 1990, and I've lost count as to how long I've been the citywide chair. Just to differentiate real quickly, there's a citywide officers, and that was something that to try to coordinate all of our efforts between the 6 wards. And then each ward has its own ward chair.
Oh, okay.
And we all work in sync with each other. And it's a great organization. It's really, the great thing is you meet really wonderful people.
Yeah. Is it like that in other communities? Do you know, Alicia? Or
I know that Braintree works really well. I know Mike's new to Weymouth, but yes. Yeah, we have a large committee because we have 35 members per ward. So that's 210 members. A lot of towns like Weymouth and Braintree, I believe, have 35.
For the whole town?
For the whole town.
Okay.
So we're a large committee, but we really work well together, and we try to promote the Democratic Party and get the word out to the general public.
Sure.
So I can't thank you enough for allowing me to speak about this today. And
it's our pleasure. We're happy to help get the word out for you. We hope folks will either attend the forum in person or, as you said, watch it on the various channels that will be available for them.
Absolutely. And they have all QATV and BCAM. We're working with Weymouth. Hopefully Weymouth will, be able to stream it to their residents as well. But it will be rebroadcast between now and the primary. So that helps introduce these candidates for the next 2 weeks in people's homes as well. So,
Do you know, are there any debates planned maybe after the primary, once the final candidates are realized?
no, I think we'll wait to what that brings as to who are, once the primary has been,
Yep.
has taken place, then you'll see the activity on, who will be offering various debates and forums.
Right,
For the
and a lot of community
candidates after
groups, I
that.
know PTOs, the League of Women Voters, things like that, will put
Correct.
that together, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, but and that's really when a lot of this picks up, is after the primary. But we really want to help all these people who are out there now working to get on the ballot for November, and let our general public be made aware of them, and have a good feeling as to why they voted for an individual. So,
Okay, very good. So
Yeah.
again, just to recap, the Braintree, Quincy, and Weymouth Democratic Committees are hosting a statewide Democratic Candidates Forum Tuesday, August 23rd, 6 to 8 p.m. Doors open at 5:30 at the Cahill Auditorium, which is at Braintree Town Hall, which is 1 JFK Memorial Drive in Braintree. Thanks so much, Alicia.
you got it, Joe. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure as always, and good luck at the Red Sox.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll have a good time.
All
Take
right,
care.
Yep, bye-bye.